A Mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
Looking for these better days.
It is Tuesday, February 10th. I'm Scott Seidenberg. Here's what you need to know to make today a better day. There must have been something in the water last night in the NBA because, boy, were those players heated. Plus, we had a big win in college basketball, and maybe we fire up a system play later on this weekend. We'll break it all down. Mackenzie Rivers joins me on this episode of Better Day, presented by FanDuel. And, Mac, let's start in the NBA, where what the heck was going on? We had a brawl between the Hornets and the Pistons that had several players ejected. We had another moment between the Timberwolves and the Hawks that had another couple of ejections. Like, what was going on in the NBA last night?
We turned the calendar. This is now this is NBA time. This is our time. And what do? We cause some ruckuses. I mean, the Pistons Hornets, that was a great game. Hornets early lead. Pistons now have the best record in the NBA. We're talking about a 70-win team. That maybe we should have been talking about the Pistons. So they have a lot to play for, and they have that tradition, Bad Boys Pistons. So it was cool to see. And then the Timberwolves, they got off the snide, so they exercised a lot of demons after some recent poor play. So it's fun stuff. It's all fun and games.
The win by the Pistons did snap the Hornets' 9-game winning streak. 110-104 was the final last night. I watched the video of the brawl, and it was like, we have never seen Moussa Diabate this fired up. Like, oh my goodness. We have never seen him this animated. He got slapped in the face. He's not going to take that, And then Naz Reid was just going at it because he got fouled hard. So that's what happened in that Timberwolves game against the Hawks. Elsewhere last night, Mackenzie, you were cautious on the Nuggets game. You felt the line was off if Jokic was playing and he was 100% healthy. The Cavs win 119-117 in Denver last night. Jokic did play. He had a triple-double, which, he always does. But Jokic finished with 22 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. But Donovan Mitchell had a big night. I said Jamal Murray, funny. Donovan Mitchell had a big night with 32 points for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jamal Murray only had 17 points. But, man, this is a big win for the Cavs going into Denver with Jokic playing a full complement of minutes. He played 33 minutes last night and then pulling away with the victory.
Heading into the season, obviously had the Thunder, the defending champions, as the number one power-rated team. And I had the Cavs number 2, above the Rockets, above the Nuggets. And if you looked at their last 100 games, I don't think there was an argument otherwise. Now, the Cavs have had some struggles. They've moved on from Darius Garland, but they're starting to put it together. And the Nuggets, this is 2 second halves in a row versus good teams where they have a 10-point lead versus the Knicks and now versus the Cavs, where they kind of wilt. And that's not uncommon. They're a very good clutch team, but if you're thinking about 7-footer, 300-pounder coming back from a month off without conditioning, this is kind of what you might expect. Jokic is still on somewhat of a minutes limit, only 33 minutes. The line did move when he was announced in, so we were right on that one. When he was announced in, they became a 2.5-point favorite. But I think this is more about the Cavs. I think they are. James Harden getting some tick, but I think they are more focused now that they moved on from Darius Garland.
Yeah, so James Harden making his Cavs debut, played 36 minutes. He scored 22 points on 7 of 16 shooting. He was 2 of 7 from three-point range. He did have 10 rebounds and 7 assists. He was a +9 when he was on the floor last night.
Have you seen the memes of Evan Mobley calling for the ball with Donovan Mitchell and James Harden up top, and then they have some and one crossover guy spending all the time on the ball? And it's misguided. Well, the point is that it would suck to be on the team with Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. James Harden was once a heliocentric player in Houston where everything revolved around him. I believe him, and so do the numbers, and so do the eye test when he says, I don't have to be that kind of player. And for the last 5 years in the NBA, he hasn't been. In fact, Harden and Mitchell combined to average 13.9 assists. It's number one in the NBA. There are not two players, there are not two teammates, there are not two guards that share the ball more. So I think that's, we hate on Harden because he sucks in the playoffs and everything, but that is not something you can say about him. I don't think he's a selfish ball hog like he used to be.
I'll still fade the Cavs in the playoffs, though. Go Knicks.
Fair enough. That is fair
Thunder, Thunder beat the Lakers 119-110 last night. LeBron James had 22 points and 10 assists. The game goes over, which cashed our free play of the day, given out up on betterday.com. And you thought that this game was going to fly over despite the fact that no SGA and no Luka. And for the first three quarters, Mackenzie, it looked like it was overwhelmingly going to be an over. I mean, the live total was upwards of close to 250. Then it ticked down a bit to around the 240 range. And this was a little bit of a sweat for the total last night.
And it kind of makes sense when you think about why I liked it over, but why the Lakers are not going to be the number one clutch team without Luka. And that's because in the first, second, and third quarter, when it's just about, do the best you can efficiency-wise over 100 possessions, it kind of helps pace not to have Luka. Because there's no perfect answer. There's no great shot the Lakers are going to get without that half-court surgeon. And now this is the 10th game where they did not have Luka this season. 9 of those games have gone over because you're worse offensively, but we don't care as total bettors whether or not you're good or bad offensively, whether you're efficient. We just care about shots getting up, rebounds, more shots getting up, and both without SGA, now Thunder 4-1 to the over, and without Luka, it's a very similar story. And the market doesn't agree. That's the best part about it. The market moved 8 points lower from their most recent 4 matchups. It was 230, 231, right around there. Because these guys were out, evidence says that is a mistake, and that we're going to have more opportunities. The Lakers playing tonight, 230.5. It seems kind of low on the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah, they are playing at home against the San Antonio Spurs. Up on FanDuel right now with a San Antonio an 8.5-point favorite. Total has ticked down, though, Mackenzie, 228.5.
Ooh, okay. I mean, I think the market is moving based on, okay, maybe LeBron doesn't play. Maybe,
yeah,
and I get it. And that's why the Spurs are such big favorites. But I think when you have just guys out there, when you have Rui Hachimura out there, they're not going to dribble. They really have one button that they can press, and that's shoot it. So I think we get some shots jacked up again with this Lakers game.
Elsewhere on the schedule for tonight, the New York Knicks hosting the Pacers, laying 12 with a total of 223.5. Clippers are at the Rockets. The Rockets 7.5-point favorites up on FanDuel. Low total of 210.5. Why so low?
I mean, the Rockets haven't been able to score very much at all. I know they crept over on our Saturday game, but they've really been struggling offensively. And the Clippers, without James Harden, still figuring it out. But the Clippers just blew out the Timberwolves. I think this line is wrong. It didn't make sense to me that they were 6-point dogs to the Timberwolves. Now they're 7.5-point dogs. James Harden, he's not worth nothing to the line for sure. We see what he's doing in Cleveland. He's a good player. But I think they are a better overall team. So I'm looking at, or it can be without Harden. So I'm looking at the plus 7.5 here.
Mavericks plus 7.5 at the Phoenix Suns. We have, and that's it for the short schedule in the NBA tonight. How about this news from the Dallas Mavericks, Mackenzie, or news surrounding the Dallas Mavericks that like Mark Cuban wants to buy the team back, and he's got like a group of investors that want to repurchase the Dallas Mavericks. What
can
do you
they
make
get
of
Luka back? Can they get Luka back is the question.
Well, maybe they're thinking like, hey, this Cooper Flag kid's pretty good. You traded away Anthony Davis. Like now we're going to have like some assets to kind of build around Cooper Flag. Like, maybe this team can do something. Maybe we get a new arena. Maybe we do some cool stuff here. When
we wonder why the West has been the better conference for the last 30 years, and it's not even close. There might have been 1 year where the East had a better head-to-head record in the last 30 years. It's because of ownership. And Danny LaRue, the sports writer, he says it best. The number one competitive advantage in the NBA is ownership. The Mavericks had great ownership for 20 years. They won a championship. They almost won another. And then they didn't. And we've seen them crash and burn pretty hard. So it'd be pretty cool to have some angel investors come in and save the day and get the Mavericks back to their former glory.
Yeah, Cuban still owns about 27% of the team, but he did sell 73% to Miriam Adelson, Sheldon Adelson's wife, and the Dumont family in 2023. So interesting stuff there surrounding the Dallas Mavericks there. Let's move from the NBA to college basketball, where we picked up a win last night. Mackenzie, we played, and we actually got the worst of the line because, man, we got to talk about this as it relates to the NBA as well.
Sure.
But Kansas, we took plus 1.5 with Kansas at home, right, against the number 1 undefeated team in the nation in the Arizona Wildcats. Later in the day, the line moves to Kansas plus 2.5. So I'm like, all right, it's just 1 point, whatever. It's 1 point of a difference. We're still okay. And then it moves to Arizona minus 4.5 with the announcement that freshman guard Darren Peterson, who is the best player on Kansas, is not going to play with flu-like symptoms. Also, he's dealing with like hamstring, calf injury.
He also has a big test
injury.
Next week. Yeah,
Exactly.
Lots going on.
He also has the case of I don't want to look bad on national television to ruin my draft stock syndrome.
Because that can really get you this time of year.
This is an issue. And I saw some things online last night. First off, let's just celebrate our win. Kansas,
nice catch.
Kansas gets the outright
spot
win.
Was so good we could lose 21 points per game and we were fine.
Yeah, Kansas wins 82-78. They improved now to 5-1 in the history of the database. 5-1 straight up in ATS as a home dog at Allen Fieldhouse. I mean, this is just something. It's such a rarity that the kids that Kansas is a home dog, under Bill Self, that it's just an auto play for me every time. And also, Bill Self with that victory last night, Mackenzie, improved to 40-0 at Allen Fieldhouse on Big Monday.
I saw you text that to the group. I thought you were joking. I thought that was like some exaggeration. First of all, what is it that you're talking about? Big Monday. The Monday after the Super Bowl is Big Monday?
No. College basketball during the course of the season, they have Big Monday, which is like, the nationally televised games, like big conference games, right? Like that's what on ESPN it's called Big Monday. Like that's just the thing.
And he's 40-0 all time, or the last 40, I guess?
40-0 at home on Big Monday.
That's insane.
If you just look but even
roll
like if
over
you look,
money line.
Yeah. If you just look at the history of Bill Self, the database goes doesn't go. Bill Self started in 2003, I think, and the database I think only goes back to 2008. But if you just did Kansas at home on a Monday, forget about it being Big Monday or not. They're 53-1 straight up. So Big Monday would refer to those nationally televised ESPN games. Usually they're conference games, So like if I isolated this to playing within your conference on a Monday at home, so let's just do your conference is the same as your opponent's conference. Then Bill Self and Kansas 36-0 straight up. So
what's the ATS?
14-10-1.
Okay.
Now, if we just go
all 57%,
all Monday home games, 53-1 straight up, 22-12-1 ATS.
2/3 winners, man. This is good stuff.
So on Big Monday, though, he improves to 40-0 straight up. But as I mentioned, more importantly, it is the system play. It's the play of having Kansas as a home dog. It's just unbelievable. Like, just yes, I'll take him. Yes. All right, now let's talk about Darren Peterson. All right, this is an issue, Mackenzie. He's missed 11 games so far this season, and I want to give credit to Aaron Torres of Fox Sports, who tweeted this out last night.
He still owes me dinner, by the way. If you haven't talked to him,
does he? Aaron Torres owes you dinner?
I was on a Fox Sports radio hit, and I'm like, the 49ers are not taking Justin Fields. They're taking Trey Lance. And he's like, what? No, they're not. He was like plus 500 at the time. So anyway, Aaron Torres, if you're listening, take me out.
I'll text him. All right. So here's what his tweet said. Quote, Darren Peterson resume so far. Missed half of Kansas's games. sat out the second half against your biggest competition for the number one pick in AJ DeBanza, sat out versus the number one team in the country. And then he adds in the subthread, probably should add sat out against UConn, sat out against Duke, and sat out most of the second half against North Carolina. He said he didn't add that originally into his tweet because all of those games happened during the point of the season where people were giving Peterson the benefit of the doubt for being injured or not, right? But the other games, not so much. And then he says, quote, I know this will be unpopular on Twitter, but no way am I drafting him number one overall. And that was the quote from Aaron Torres. And listen, I agree.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to be AJ DeBanza, but yeah,
well,
okay.
no,
maybe not top three.
No, but I agree with this take, Mackenzie. I mean, this is, and I know I was half joking when I'm like, oh, he's trying to protect his draft stock by he doesn't want to get exposed on national television. But like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know if this, maybe there's something here. Now there was another thing about Darren Peterson that was circulating online last night, and it was from Barstool Sports, where they showed a like a text message or something, right? Like they showed somebody was texting on their phone about Darren Peterson, and maybe it was like a reporter or whatever it was. I'm trying to pull up the exact the screenshot of the person's text message here.
By the way, I did not know this. I knew he was a top pick, but the latest mock draft at Tankathon, the latest ESPN mock has him at number one. So whatever he's doing to cheat the system, it's kind of working.
Oh, Mackenzie, up on FanDuel right now, Darren Peterson is minus 400 to be the number one overall pick.
Oh, all right. I was still in AJ DeBanza land.
AJ DeBanza is plus 550 as of right now. So there was a video that went viral. Barstool circulated it last night, where it was somebody that was sitting courtside, right, that was texting about Peterson, and you can read the person's phone, like the whoever's filming from behind them zoomed in, and this person, by the way, is like sitting at the scorer's table, so it looks like somebody official, right?
Yeah. He's got good seats anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And the text message said, quote, so he's sick and didn't tell anyone in practice. And Bill said, don't half-ass it. If you're going to play, if not sit, DP said, F it, I'm out.
Right.
And so Kansas Kansas responded to this, right? Kansas Senior Associate Athletic Director tweeted this out. Quote, the person texting in this video is a contracted crew worker who handles official stats during the game for ESPN. He does not work for KU and is not affiliated with the athletic department in any way. He has no inside information and was speculating. We are handling internally.
Okay.
This is bizarre, dude. This is weird.
It's very bizarre, but there's a chance that he just... Maybe he heard some scuttlebutt, but he doesn't necessarily. We can't just quote Darren Peterson of saying "F it" to Bill Self. Like we can't just run with that story. Like
yeah, sure. And we're not going to, but I just think it's weird. You know, like it's too coincidental that he's missing all these big games. You know, and listen. Could it be a moot point? Yeah. Could the kid go out there for the rest of the Big 12 conference season and like dominate and then help Kansas run through the Big 12 conference tournament and then become, you know, the NCAA tournament player of the year and Kansas goes to the Final Four? Like, yes, like all that could happen. But right now it's just a bizarre situation.
It has elements of like a Scoot Henderson or a Marvin Bagley. It's just we want people that want to play a lot.
Yeah.
We don't want people that are angling from the drafts from the time they're 17.
Yes. By the way, that loss for Arizona was their first loss of the season, which triggers the research system, which we played and lost last week, by the way. But 20-plus win teams to lose their first game go 9-2 straight up in their next game, going back to 2008. Nebraska lost last week, so it was 9-1 straight up before Nebraska lost last week. But this is what's interesting, Mackenzie, is that the totals only trace back to the last 5 instances that this occurred. Where a
5-0 to the under is my guess.
5-0 to the under. Yep.
You didn't tell me that. That was a wild guess, but it does make sense.
A 20-plus win team loses their first game. Yep.
It's a trend in the NBA. I like the 5-1 Kansas City at dog at home because it's such a rare trend. Same thing with the NBA trend of if you win 10 games in a row and then lose, you're amazing ATS in that next game back. It's so rare that it's like once or twice a season, but it goes 2-0 or 1-0 or maybe 1-1. I think some of these trends do not get adjusted for at all, and we should take advantage.
Yeah, so Arizona's next game is going to be Saturday at home against number 16 Texas Tech. So maybe we look for the under in that game. Again, 5-0 to the under. The last 5 times a 20-plus win team has lost their first game of the season. They go 5-0 to the under in their next game. So Arizona home against number 16 Texas Tech coming up on Saturday. We have a system play tonight in college hoops. Mackenzie, unranked Auburn, a 3.5-point home favorite against number 19 Vanderbilt. And that is one of our tried and true systems going back years. This one is the unranked home teams favored against ranked opponents. This season, it is 7-6 straight up and ATS. So not as profitable as the ranked on ranked system, but still, this is one that's been profitable going back years upon years. So probably one that we will fire up again tonight with Auburn, the 3.5-point home favorite over number 19 Vanderbilt.
Let's go. Stephen Pearl is insulted. Why am I not ranked? You're about to be ranked. If it was your dad, you'd be ranked. But if you get this win, you'll be ranked.
The secret is out. With millions of younger-looking customers across the country, Plexiderm is one of the most highly sought-after products on the market. It visibly shrinks under eye bags and smooths out crow's feet in minutes, and the effects last up to 10 hours. Influencers love it, magazines feature it, and people just can't get enough of it. As a matter of fact, Elle Magazine gave it an Editor's Choice Award as Best Instant Wrinkle Filler for 2025. In as little as 10 minutes, Plexiderm reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and those dreaded under-eye bags. So yes, you can look years younger in minutes, and the effects last for hours. No surgery, no gimmicks, just results. The best news, you can try Plexiderm for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Don't wait. Order Plexiderm today. Visit plexiderm.com/special. That's plexiderm.com/special. Paid for by Sheer Science.
It was officially the first day of the NFL offseason yesterday, Mackenzie, and I saw a lot of teams put out some videos on social media like saying the 2026 season starts now, right? Like everyone's getting all excited because, hey, every team is now 0-0, including the Las Vegas Raiders, who officially named Clint Kubiak their new head coach. So positive things coming for the Raiders. Could they be a dark horse team that we want to bet on to make the playoffs this season?
I think, obviously, he worked with the 49ers, but when he's gotten a chance to call plays away from Kyle Shanahan, I think he's done an excellent job in both stints. The Saints were a record-setting offense before Derek Carr got hurt, and you kind of never heard about him afterwards, but losing your only quarterback makes sense. And the Seahawks this year, very impressive, 0 turnovers. That's the name of the game. With Mendoza, I think this could be a real contender pretty soon. Assuming that he ends up being good. Is this the best job right now outside of the Bills for any of these 11 new head coaches?
You got the number 1 overall pick. It kind of seems like a fresh start. Now, like what's going to happen?
You have no expectations. I think it's good.
Sure. What's going to happen with Crosby? Like, is he gone? So. And then, well, if he is, then that's just, I guess it's more assets that you're going to
for
acquire.
A 5-year plan.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a great job because there's no pressure, right? That's what it is. There's just no pressure right now. So maybe that's why it's such a great job. Other NFL news, we did talk about some long shot bets or some teams that we would be buying in on for next season. Now that you've had a chance to kind of sit back and think about it, Mackenzie, and also see all the other shows yesterday all over the internet and whatnot, kind of give their way too early predictions for the 2026 NFL season. Have you changed your mind? Do you have a team that you think is, should be tops going into 2026?
I don't know about tops, but you mentioned it, and must admit, I did listen to the Bill Simmons Super Bowl recap, and he mentioned it, and you guys bring up some good points. Why are the Carolina Panthers, who lost by 3 points to the Rams, maybe the best team in football this year, why were they 150 to 1? I now see maybe they're 100 to 1, at least at this book I'm looking at. Still, I mean, why aren't they as high as the Dallas Cowboys, who were not in the playoffs? What else do they need? I think Bryce Young could be Dak Prescott, so I'll take them. I think it's a good point.
Yeah, it could very well be. What about just to win the NFC? So you don't have to worry about the Super Bowl, but just to win the NFC, 75 to 1 on the Panthers up on FanDuel.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They should have been 75 to 1. I mean,
to win the Super Bowl, you're saying? They should be
right.
75
I think
to 1.
so.
Yeah, not 150 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, we'll have plenty of time. Obviously, we'll get closer and closer to the NFL draft, where Fernando Mendoza is minus 7,000 to be the number 1 overall pick. So we'll have to look at the number 2 draft pick and other.
The Raiders, by the way, 25 to 1 to win the AFC West. So maybe in a couple of years they'll be a contender.
Ooh. Yeah. All right. You have an early pick for MVP next year because those odds are up.
I've not seen him, so I can do it blind virgin.
Yep.
I'm going to say Josh Allen's the favorite at 5 to 1.
Josh Allen is the favorite at 6 to 1.
Okay, pretty close.
Yep.
I'm going to say, as far as a long shot, what is Brock Purdy? If he's 20 to 1, I think that's an insult.
Brock Purdy is 20 to 1.
That's a good number. I've not seen these odds, by the way. I've not seen these odds. Second favorite is who? Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson plus 750.
Where's Drake May and Matthew Stafford at, the co-favorites this year?
Drake May plus 850 is the third favorite. Then Joe Burrow 10 to 1, Herbert 11 to 1, Mahomes 11 to 1,
Wow.
Dak Prescott 13 to 1, Matthew Stafford 14 to 1.
I guess if you get the Lifetime Achievement Award, you're like crossed off the next year.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott 13 to 1 is interesting. Fun stat. He has 5 seasons that are 70 plus QBR, the ESPN metric.
Mm-hmm.
0 QBs in the NFL have that currently. Not Josh Allen, not Patrick Mahomes. Only Tom Brady and Drew Brees historically have had that many 70 plus QBR seasons. And people, I mean, if you're 1-5 in the playoffs, it doesn't matter, but kind of an underrated career. Old Dak, old Dakota.
Caleb Williams 18 to 1, Jordan Love 15 to 1. What do you think of those two?
I think they're more products of their offensive systems. I know
Okay.
I know they both put up numbers, but I don't think they're particularly difference makers. Where's Jaden Daniels again?
20 to 1.
Yeah, he was like 10 to 1 last year. I mean, we just kind of threw out his whole season because he got hurt. I think there might be some value there.
The first non-quarterback on the list at 100 to 1 odds,
Myles
Puka
Garrett.
Nacua and Bijan Robinson.
Huh. Running backs. Who knew? They could win the award, maybe. Maybe one day.
All right, Mackenzie. The Winter Olympics continue in Milan and Cortina, and we are getting ready for Olympic hockey. Men's Olympic hockey will get started tomorrow. Yeah, so on tomorrow morning's pod, we will do a little bit of Olympic men's hockey preview, but we have a big women's game today. The United States and Canada both undefeated so far in the preliminary round. Canada 2-0, the United States at 3-0. They're both in Group A. The United States with 9 points, Canada with 6 points. So this is a big matchup here. The United States women have won the last 6 consecutive games.
Let's go.
Against the Canadian women, but like these were like they played what's called the rivalry series, right? Like if we want to go back to like official tournaments. In last year's IIHF Women's World Championship, the U.S. won 2-1 in the preliminary round and then won 4-3 in overtime in the gold medal game. Going back before that, the 2024 World Championships, the U.S. won 1-0 in overtime in the preliminary round, but Canada won 6-5 in overtime in the gold medal game. And then most of these other games are these, like, they have the rivalry series where they just play against each other. And then going back to 2023 World Championships, now we're going back further. Canada won 4-3 In the preliminary round, the United States 6-3 in the gold medal game. Here's what I'm noticing. When they play each other in the gold medal game, it goes over, right? 4-3 in overtime in that last year's World Championship, 6-5 in overtime in the 2024 World Championships, and 6-3 in the 2023 gold medal game in the World Championships. But in the preliminary round, 2-1 last year in the World Championships.
Feel out session.
1-0.
Session.
Yeah, 1-0 in 2024 in the World Championships. So maybe, although if we go back to the 2022 Winter Olympics, Canada won 4-2 in the preliminary round and 3-2 in the gold medal game. But come on, that was like 4 years ago. We don't care about that.
Yeah, don't let stats get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your line for this game today. It is, let's see, the U.S. women minus 152 on the money line. Your total up on FanDuel, 5.5 with the under juiced at minus 134.
This is the number that matters to me. Canada has 5 gold medals. The USA has 2.
Oh, you're talking like overall sports?
Yeah, we're winning this game. We're winning the tournament. We are ending this atrocity right now. We're getting back where we haven't been since 2018.
Still
you heard
early,
it here
man.
first.
This is the preliminary rounds, man. I mean, come on. Yeah, we're just getting warmed up. I mean, we're just getting warmed up. The U.S. won 5-0 in their last game on Saturday against Finland. I want to track like the goals that they've scored in these games. They won 5-1 against Czechia in the game before that. So USA is, let's see, am I missing the game somewhere? They are putting up some goals. So that kind of talks me maybe off and under. I don't know. Canada won 4-0 against Switzerland in one of their games. And where was the other Canadian win? Let's see if that one was high scoring as well. I can't go back the day before that. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll go under 5.5, Mackenzie. I don't know much about these teams, but just to have a little sweat, go USA. But let's go under 5.5. What I really care about, though, is the men's tournament, which, again, begins tomorrow, and we'll have a full preview on that on tomorrow's pod. We'll take a look at, the odds to win the gold medal up on FanDuel, as well as the odds for each and every game, which starts, again, tomorrow in Milano Cortina. Two different cities. But that's where we'll have Finland against Slovakia, Italy against Sweden, your 2 games tomorrow. And then the United States' first game will be against Latvia coming up on Thursday. And then Canada against Czechia in their first game.
And I know you love to dive deep in all these international tournaments, including the amateurs, including everybody. Were you betting hockey in general, NHL, in 2014, the last time we had an opportunity to see pros at this stage?
Yes.
All right. So this is 12 years in the making. We are ready for this moment.
Yes. I was betting hockey in 2014. I did, I believe, bet on the Olympic hockey. Not a good showing for the United States, but a very good showing for Team Canada. So that was USA. Who did they lose to? That was
Sochi.
That was the TJ Oshie shootout then against
Russia.
Russia.
Yes. I'm going to say yes. That's exactly what it was. The shootout.
So,
yeah.
So that was the TJ Oshie famous shootout, eliminating Russia. And then U.S., I think, lost to Canada. Might have gotten shut out 1-0 or 2-0. I don't really remember. But, yeah, Canada did beat the United States, I believe, in a shutout that tournament. All right, Mackenzie, that'll wrap things up for this episode of Better Day. A reminder, you guys can check out the free play of the day, which is available up on the main page on the website at betterday.com, as well as all of the incredible tools that we have for you guys to use. The NHL database, which obviously you're not using right now, but the NBA database, still hot. We're going to be monitoring all the college basketball systems. We'll get college basketball plays from some of our newer contributors this week as well, and we're excited for everything that we are building and for you guys to be a part of it all at betterday.com. For Mackenzie Rivers, I'm Scott Seidenberg. Here's hoping you make today and every day a better day.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.